Hey y'all, in this example, I'm going to show you how to write the equation of a perpendicular line. In this particular problem, we're given a point and that the line that goes through this point is perpendicular to an existing line. The existing line is y equals 2x plus 2. So we're going to use that to help us find almost all of the information that we need. So we have this line, we could graph it, we could look at a table, whatever, and it's already there. And what we're trying to do is to find the line that's perpendicular to it that goes through 3, -4. Fortunately, this line is already in slope-intercept form, so we can easily identify the slope just by looking at it. It is the m value, which is the number with x, so that is going to be 2. If this were not in slope-intercept form, if it were in standard form, then we could add 2x over and see the slope that way. So you can easily get it that way if needed. So the slope of the existing line that we already have is 2. We're going to use that to find the perpendicular slope. A line perpendicular to this will have an inverse reciprocal slope. So that means that you change the sign. I wrote that little upside down T is the symbol for perpendicular. So I wrote perpendicular slope just to show that this is a different slope. So you're going to change the sign, that's inverse, and flip the fraction. So that 2 over 1 becomes 1/2. So the slope of my new line is -1/2. And I also know that it goes through a point given to me, which was 3, -4. With those two pieces of information, I can write the equation of my new line. There's two ways you can go about finding the equation of the perpendicular line. You can use slope-intercept form, or you can use point-slope form. It really doesn't matter. You're going to arrive at the same solution, so you just pick which one you prefer. I really like point-slope form, this one over here, but again, doesn't matter. And basically, you just substitute in the information that you have. We know that m is -1/2, and we know that if you're going to use point-slope form, the y1 value is -4 and the x1 value is 3. And then the rest of the equation would be existing. So what's already there? Y minus the y1 value equals m, which I plugged in, times x minus the x1 value. And then you just do some simplifying and moving around and you have your equation. In the other form, in slope-intercept form, this is also very popular. We still plug in the information we have, except in this one, we're going to call y the y value we have, m the slope we have, x is 3, but we don't know b. So we have to solve for b, and then once we find b, we can use it. I did some of the work for these and I ran them side by side just so that you can see how similar they are going to turn out. On the left side, when we use slope-intercept form, when we solve for b, we multiply, we add 3 halves over, and then we have to get a common denominator. That would be -8 halves plus 3 halves would be -5 halves. And then over here, when I simplify the double negative, distribute the -1/2, and add 4 over, you're going to see that same operation again over here because we're talking about the same point in the same line. So you're going to end up with all the same numbers. And then this step here is why I really prefer the right side, because if you're just looking for the equation of the perpendicular line, it's complete. We could put a box around that and say that's your solution. Whereas on the left side, we just have to go a little bit further. What we found was the b value, and the b value represents the y-intercept. So for the sake of this problem, that actually really helps because it does ask for the y-intercept. So it's there, we found it. And it asks for the slope, the perpendicular slope, and we found it. So you could be done. You don't have to actually write the equation of the line. So I would say for the sake of this problem, that would be efficient, more efficient. But if you are actually trying to find the equation of the line, you would have to go a little bit further, substitute your values back in. We're using mx plus b. We know that m is -1/2, and we just found b to be -5/2. You can still see we got the same line here, same answer, just a few minor little differences, but that is all you would have to do from each of these. You can see the y-intercept and the slope, and that's what you would plug in for your answers. So that's all I have for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to help, and I'll see you in the next one.